All right, how's the music, everyone? Are we good? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to start normal, tapping our toes. So today we've got our normal 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Let's heels up right here. So 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We've got 5 combinations we're going to go through. Heels to the front. Nice, good push. So I am definitely a little bit tired, not as bad as I thought it would be. We got back in at like 9 o'clock last night, and then Josh and I got to the house about 9:30. So we had to drop off my mom first. All right, side, side, open and close. So this might be a case of do what I do, not what I say. We'll see what happens. Good, 4, 3, squeeze the glutes, take it to the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, really want to wake up that back, 2, all right, wood chops right in the center, right here, up and down. So it's just a little hip hinge, our chest stays lifted, and all we're doing is we're pushing our hips back like we're gonna close the car door. 2, all right, high right, low left right here. High right, low left. So we're starting to get a little torso rotation. So I'm still moving my feet a little bit. You can keep them steady. We just wanna get that core going. All right, low right, high left, low right, high left. So this is similar movement when we're putting on a seatbelt. 4, 3, 2. All right, reach for the heel in front. So we're moving from the hips, so we're kicking a soccer ball. This is a good one. Remember the hacky sack game? Kicking that little beanbag off your feet. All right, we're gonna dig it. We're gonna turn it in. So turn it in. You can do just a little rotation, or you can do a little Charlie Chaplin kick. 8, 7, 4, 3. All right, squats. So feet hip width apart. Turn those toes out just a little bit if you need to. The wider the stance, the easier it's going to be to get a little bit deeper into your squats. Good, we're gonna speed it up just a little, down and up. So we're just waking up those knees, waking up those ankles a little bit. Down, up. 2. All right, forward step and reach right here. Forward step, take it back. Just good weight shifts. If you would like to move into lunges, you can. 3, 2. All right, we're gonna add that little rotation. So forward step. This is our disassociation. So our lower body stays pointing forwards, then our upper body reaches for something on the other side of us. 2, backward step, open and close at the chest. So challenge, weight stays in that front foot, just like if we were doing lunges. Shoulders stay over your hips. 2, let's take the arms up overhead. Nice, good reach. Shoulders are away from the ears, nice and relaxed. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's jog it out right here. Jog it out, high knee march, whatever feels good. Do kind of wish we'd had a little bit longer to stay there because they had some really neat hiking trails. All right, jog, all right, jacks right here. We're already jogging, so now we're doing our jacks. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, heel kick jog. Option 1 is here. Option 2, nice good hamstring curls. 8, 7, 4, 3, skaters, side, side, side step, add that little tap. 8, 7, good, 4, 3, let's march it out. Grab a drink of water. Turn that fan on if you need it. All right, so we're gonna have 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We are going to start with stationary lunges, or you can do moving lunges on one side with a side raise. Then we're gonna do pulsing lunges. Then we're gonna switch sides, and then we're just gonna finish up with some alternating forward lunges with bicep curls. So grab a weight. You decide what side you wanna do your side raises on. So I'm doing stationary, 1 foot in front, 1 foot back, nice and tall, down, up, add a side raise. You have 40 seconds, your time is on. So down, up, and side raise. Now you can always do a little smoother, so as you come out of that lunge, you add in your side raise. You can also do the side raise while you were doing your lunge. If you would like to do a step, you can, but sometimes it's good to get a little practice doing a stationary lunge as well. Good, 10 seconds. Then we're gonna do the same side, pulsing lunges. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, short rest. We're gonna stay in place and we're just gonna do little pulsing lunges. 3, 2, 1. Good, so little lunges. So this is an option to stay a little high. Now make sure as we're doing this, we're not pushing that knee forwards. We're dropping the back knee down to the floor. If you want to make it a little harder, you go a little deeper into that lunge. You should be feeling this in this front leg. So in your quads and in your glutes. You want to go a little deeper, you go a little lower. Make it a little harder. Notice my knee is not pushing over my toes. I'm not keeping my back leg straight. I'm trying to take that back knee to the floor. Good, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it up, shake it out. We're gonna do the other side, starting with our stationary lunge and our side raise. Good, time is on. So down, up, side raise. If you need a shorter lever, make it a little easier. Pour that milk jug. Down and up, out to the side. You can change your hand position. But we want to have most of our weight in that front foot, in that heel, but your foot will stay flat. Wiggling your toes is just a test. Down and up, nice good lift. If you want to make it harder, you do the side raise and the lunge at the same time. Parallel to the floor is as high as you got to go. Want to make sure we're not leaning. Good, last one. Set that weight down. We're gonna go in for our pulsing lunges. So it's a lot of lunges in this round. Good, time is on. So down and up. The higher you are, the easier this is gonna be. But again, we're not doing the knee forward. If it hurts your knee in front, you might be doing this and keeping that back leg straight. Drop them both down. Shoulders over hips. You can go a little deeper. So the next exercise we're doing is an alternating forward lunge with a bicep curl. You can skip the lunge and do the bicep curls, it's okay. Try to go a little bit lower. You got about 5 more seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, good, shake it out. All right, alternating forward lunges with a bicep curl. Yes, you can just do the bicep curl. We're gonna do a full minute. Good. So forward lunge, bicep curl. So we're doing a full minute, so plan accordingly. If you need to, you can leave out these lunges. I'm using a little heavier weight, so I'm alternating my bicep curls. So just finishing out. Next group, it's going to be upper body only, no legs. Good, so short rest, little 10-second rest, and then we're gonna do our second round of 30 seconds, same exercise. 2, 1. Good. So again, forward lunge, bicep curl. Now if the forward lunges don't feel good, you can do reverse lunges again. It's fine. But we don't do forwards a lot. But do what feels okay on the knees. And nice, good bicep curls. This is our endurance portion. So we did our pulsing. We're a little tired already. Now we're just trying to get that blood flowing. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set it down. Short break. We're going to move on, and it's going to be upper body, upper body. So, we're going to do rows or flies, and then we're going to do a side bend with an overhead press. And you'll want a light to medium weight for that one. So, rows. Oop, that's not going to work. So I'm going to do single-sided because I want to go a little heavier today, but you are welcome to do both at the same time. So basic rows, 3, 2, 1. Good. So your time is on. So basic rows. I'm going heavy, so I'm only doing one side. If you've got lighter weights or you want to do 2 rounds with both arms, please do. Whatever you pick, we have a nice, good squeeze of the shoulder blades. I keep forgetting I only have one 15-pound dumbbell. I'm not ready for 20s yet today. But nice, good rows. Squeeze the shoulder blade in, then start to bring the arm up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab a weight for an overhead press with a side bend. So the trick with this one is we don't want to push the hip out for the side bend. So little side bend, reach and bring it down. Reach and down. And yes, you can have your palm facing in, but I want you to think about where your weight is going. I don't want your weight going over here. I want it going straight to the ceiling. So we don't want to get the weight over to the other wall. We want it to go to the ceiling. But we're adding a little side bend, little stretch as we reach. Yes, your palm can face in and your elbow can be more forwards. So really think about your weight. I still see some weights going over people's heads. I don't want to see them going over your head. I want you to reach straight for that ceiling. Good. Bring it in the center. And that doesn't mean you have to go like all the way straight. It's okay. 2 and 1. Good. So just a little side bend and a little reach. So straight overhead. We're just adding a little extra. So the side bend is so you can get just a little bit more of a reach than you would if you were just standing straight. This is a fun one to do if you've got a band and you can anchor that band somewhere low. Even if you step on that band and reach for the sky, it's a good one. 10 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set it down. All right, back to our rows. If you did a single side like me, we're switching sides. If you're doing both arms, grab both of your weights and you're good. So nice, good forward fold. Nice, good row. So to your test, we talk about this a lot. Can you drive your shoulder blade back and start the pull without bending your elbow? So it'll soften a little, but sometimes we just start pulling and I'm getting zero back movement with this one. It's all a bicep exercise. I want it to be a back exercise. So I want to squeeze my shoulder blades together so that I can squeeze that orange. And if it helps you mentally to do both arms at the same time, even if one is unweighted, that's great. 2 and 1. Good. Set it down. Grab that weight. Now if you want to make this a little harder, feet closer together or even balance beam. So adding in the balance beam definitely makes it a little more challenging. Gotta hold your balance, and you'll know if you're doing your arm overhead because you will probably get thrown off balance a lot easier. So nice, good reach. Good, 12 seconds to go. And we're gonna have some fun with legs again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switching sides, switching feet. So if you did a balance beam stance, switch your feet. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Good, your time is on. So the goal with this is, yes, we're doing a side bend, but there isn't a lot of body movement. We're not doing big hips out to the side and big bends. We're staying nice and tall. So we're just doing a little reach. So you just want to think like you want to stretch the side that has the weight as you reach up. You're trying to put something on a really high shelf. Good, 10 seconds to go. Or you're trying to reach those last few apples. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it down. Go ahead, grab a drink of water. Next round, we've got a lot of squats. So we're gonna do squats. We're gonna do pulsing squats. And then we're going to do side leg lifts with or without pulses. I'm gonna grab a weight to do my squats. You can do these body weight if you need to, or whatever weight you've got. So pick your weight in 3, 2, 1. Good, just basic squats, nothing fancy. So just down and up. Now I'm doing kind of a goblet squat. So if you wanted to, if you've got a bench, you can straddle that bench. And your challenge is to push the hips back and stay tall and touch that weight to the top of your step. The higher the step, the easier this is. The lower the step, the more challenging it is. But we don't bend over. We're not doing deadlifts, we're doing squats. So chest is up, butt is down. 2 and 1. Good, go ahead, set it down. Good way to remember squats. Butt down, chest up. That is how we pick stuff up. Yes? Good, time is on. So little pulsing squats. Now you can do, I'm doing high pulsing squats. I'm not going very low, but I'm still keeping my belly in. I'm still making sure that it's my hips going back and my glutes coming up, not my knees going forwards. If you want to make it harder, you go lower, but it's still butt down, chest up. Weight is in your heels, but your feet stay flat on the floor. It's just your test. Can you wiggle your toes? Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it all the way up. All right, we're gonna do a side leg lift. So we're gonna do one side this time, other side the next time. Good, so just side leg lift. Option 1, right here. Option 2, pulsing out. Option 3, out, couple of pulses, then bring it in, but we control it. And I want you to try to get out there a little bit. I know sometimes we do little pulses down low. Try to stay tall, get a good lift. So each pulse, see if you can go just a little higher. Good, out, little, little and in. Good, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake it out. Back to our squats. Back to our squats. So I'm just gonna do my goblets. What kind of goblets? Good, time is on. So just down and up. So squats depend on your hips, they depend on your knees, they depend on your ankles. They also depend on your core. So keep it nice and tall. Pull that belly button in a little bit. Little tuck of your glutes. So it's not a complete tuck where we make it, our low back disappear, but we don't want to have this big arch either. We find that happy medium, down and up. Wider stance makes it a little easier to get deeper. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up. Triple pulsing. 2, 1, good. So little pulsing squats. So here's an option. Do a couple out to the side, step together. Do a couple out to the side, step together. Optional, not required. You're welcome to just do some pulses and hold it right in the center and come back up. You do want to try to go a little deeper. These should be a little challenging for you. And again, it's all legs. We're still pushing the hips back. We're still coming up by pushing through our heels versus trying to push with those knees. Think about pushing with those glutes. Good, bring it up. All right, side leg lift, other side. So nice and tall. 2, 1, good. So remember, option 1 is just a nice good side leg lift. Option 2 is pulsing, but I want it to be out a little bit. Option 3, out 3, 2, 1, back in. Out, out, out and in. So balance challenge. Keep those hips pointing forward. Sometimes we bring it out to the front and we're getting our hip flexors right out to the side, getting side glute. Two and 1. Good. Grab a drink, shake it out. All right, we've got 2 rounds on the floor. Decide if you want to go down to the floor or if you want to stay up. So we're going to do a chest press, a chest fly, and then we're going to do a kicking crunch. And yes, you can do all of this upright. Then we're going to do some planks, mountain climbers, and some triceps. Again, yes, you can do these upright. You don't have to go to the floor. So I'm going to grab my chair, demonstrate what it's going to be like if you are staying upright. So our first exercise is a V-sit chest press. So you're going to go back into that, lean back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, little lean back, elbows in or a little out, but shoulders are away from the ears, and you're just going to do a nice good chest press. So grab weights you feel comfortable doing chest presses with. In 3, 2, and 1, 40 seconds. So if you are upright, if you're not going to the floor today, you are welcome to just do a lean back. Yes and yes. Next option is right here, and yes, you can alternate. I grabbed weights that are a little heavy for this one right now, but we're doing an incline, so we don't want to be sitting up and going straight out in front of you like we're sawing logs. But we also don't want to go back and reach for the sky. We're not doing overhead presses. So it's at an angle, shoulders away from the ears. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you are sitting, you're going to stay in the same position and do your chest fly. If you are down on the floor, you're going to come up down onto your back. And we're just going to do a nice good chest fly. Nothing fancy, just a nice good chest fly. I don't have weights for this one. You can do this with or without weights. Light to medium typically, especially if you have shoulder issues. If you would like to come up into a bridge and hold a nice good glute bridge while you do your chest flies. If you are upright, lean back into your chair and just do nice good chest flies. Again, at an angle towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. We don't want it straight out and we don't want it overhead. Good, bring it down. Come up into our V-sit position. We're going to add a kick crunch. So we're going to lean back, and as we crunch, we're going to reach for the opposite toe. Lean back and reach. So if you're on the floor, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. You're going to lean back, and as you come up, you're going to straighten that quad, and you're going to reach for that toe. So the trick with this one, a lot of times we drop that foot down so it's barely over the floor. I want you to try to reach because you are squeezing the quad. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, going back for our V-sit chest press. 3, 2, 1. Good. Arms are up. Nice, good angle. Shoulders stay away from the ears. They tend to creep up a lot on this particular exercise, especially when we start getting tired or if our weights are too heavy. So away from the ears, at an angle. Shoulders are down, which means that we're working our chest. This should be a chest exercise, not a shoulder exercise. Yes, you're working your shoulders, but we want those big muscles to take over. 10 seconds, and we're gonna go for chest flies. 2, and 1. Good. Bring it down onto our backs. If you are in a chair, same position. Knees bent, feet flat. Soft bend in the elbows. Going out and back in. So ribs are tucked, low back is gently pressed into the floor. Or if you'd like, bring it up into a bridge and hold that bridge. So always keep that soft bend in your elbows as you are doing this. Otherwise, it puts a lot of strain on your shoulders and your biceps if you straighten your elbows. So keep that little bit of softness in there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, a kicking crunch. So if you want to stay on the floor, you can absolutely do a toe touch crunch and reach. Good. Time's on. So this is an option for you if you'd prefer. I like coming up into my V-sit. I lean back and I do a little kick as I come up for a crunch. So I'm getting a little quad work in here, little hip flexors, but a little bit of core as well. Good, 12 seconds. If you're sitting in the chair, you just do that lean back, and as you sit up tall, you try to touch your toe. 3, 2, and 1. Good, short rest. Nice deep breaths. Grab a quick drink if you need to. Make sure your area is kind of cleared out. We're going to do planks with a knee in and an extension. So it's going to be a little bit like a down dog to plank. Then we're going to do cross mountain climbers, and then we're going to do skull crushers. So if you're upright, wall table chair. Otherwise, we're going to go down into our plank position. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold a nice good plank position. You're going to bring the knee in and then extend, and then you're going to switch. So knee in, extend. If you want to, you can knee in and you can extend back into a down dog position. So knee in, extend. Your time is on. But as we do this, we want to make sure we're holding a good plank. Knee in, extend. We don't want to arch our back or turn sideways. So knee in, extend. So getting a little glute squeeze. Knee, extend. So I'm just holding a nice good core position. You can do this on your elbows. You can do this on your knees. It's a little bit different. You're just going to bring the knee in a little reach. Knee, reach. Good. Short break. We're going to do cross mountain climbers. So your knee is going to go to your opposite elbow. 2 and 1. Good. So knee goes to your opposite elbow. The trick with this one is our upper body stays steady. A lot of times we do knee to elbow and we drop one shoulder. Shoulders are centered, lower body is what moves. Doesn't matter if your knees actually touch your elbows. So just a nice good plank position. And we're just going to bring our knee towards our opposite elbow by rotating our lower spine from our ribs down. So we're still keeping our core tight, protecting that low back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab your weights on your backs. Skullcrushers, working our triceps. If you are upright, you're just going to do tricep kickbacks. So on your backs, nice good Skullcrushers. You are welcome to do tricep kickbacks even if you're on the floor. You would just be in a kneeling or a half kneeling position, working the backs of the arms. So if you need to stay upright and you don't feel like being on your back today, you're welcome to just do nice good kickbacks right here. 10 seconds to go, and we're gonna repeat our planks and our cross mountain climbers. So if you're struggling with your wrists and knees and stuff today, yes, you can do dead bugs. Good, all right, let's bring it in for our plank with our knee extension. You can be doing just a basic dead bug with leg movement if you'd prefer. Good, so knee in, extend, switch. So the trick, keep the belly button pulled in and squeeze the glutes. So ribs are tucked, hips are in that neutral position. Sometimes we start winding up bringing our feet closer in to make it easier, and we wind up kind of doing a standing down dog all the time. Hold that good plank position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good short rest. Then we're going to do our cross mountain climbers. Yes, you can do standing. You can also do bicycles or Russian twists if you'd like as well. Your time is on. We just want to get a little core rotation. I just like doing these as planks because it gets me a little bit more shoulder stability. I can work on that shoulder placement. Good, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake it out. Tricep kickbacks or Skullcrushers, whichever ones you want to do. I'm going to do kneeling, tricep kickbacks personally, but you can be on your back, and if you are, your hands are towards the ceiling, your shoulders to your elbows are going to be locked in, so it's just your elbows to your hands that do the movement. Even if you're doing Skullcrushers, which are similar to this, notice that my elbows and my shoulders don't move. It's just the lower part of my arm. So that's what we think about. It's our upside down bicep curl or our bicep curl with a little forward fold. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, set it down. Short rest. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Just make sure you don't go from lying on your back to sitting or standing up right away. Can make you a little dizzy. All right, so we're gonna come to hands and knees. Yes, you can do this sitting. It's a little trickier to do sitting, but yes, you can do it sitting. So you're gonna be, if you're sitting, you're gonna be in a forward folded position. You can also do this kind of on the wall where you would just reach your arms up instead. So we're gonna sit back into a child's pose, and we're going to allow those arms to extend out in front of us. And we wanna try to think about our lats, so these muscles that are underneath our armpits. So if you're standing on a wall, you're going to stand nice and tall, and you're going to reach your arms up as high as you can. And now we're going to try to drop one shoulder to the floor and then the other. Now we don't want any hip movement, so we don't want to feel like we're going to fall over sideways. So we're just going to do a little shoulder drop, one side and then the other. So we're kind of stretching out those lats a little bit. Good, and now we're gonna come to either a bird dog or a plank position, and we're gonna do a scapular push-up. So what that means is you hold a nice good position, your arms stay straight, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then separate the shoulder blades. So squeeze and separate. It's just a couple of inches. Squeeze, separate. Same thing on the wall. Hands are in front of you. You squeeze and you separate. Good. Now we're going to sit back into the child's pose again. And we're going to take one of our hands and we're going to take it behind the small of our back, or even just put it on our hip. And we're going to take that elbow and that shoulder and we're going to drive it open. So we're trying to turn and get that arm that's behind our back and try to open it up towards the ceiling. Good. Let's do the other side. So we're going to take it and put it behind the small of our back if we can, shoulder down and back in the back pocket. And we're going to drive that shoulder back. It's a little torso rotation. Again, don't let the hips fall off of your heels. Good. We're going to switch and we're going to do an open book. So this time our arm is straight and we're going to open it back behind us like we're trying to reach towards the ceiling. So our torso turns. Good. Switch sides. Open out to the side. Good. Bring it down. We're going to take that first hand and we're going to thread the needle. So you're going to take that hand, palm up, thread the needle, and we're going to try to lower our shoulder and our ear towards the floor, and we're going to reach. Good. Other side. So reaching out, palm is up, threading the needle, reaching underneath that armpit. Good. Bring it into the center. We're going to come up. Kneeling stance. This is the one that's really challenging for most people. So if you're not able to do it, it's totally okay. But we want to reach and see if we can grab our heels, and then we're going to try to push our hips forwards and reach. And if you're not able to, it's okay. Just keep your core tight. Push the hips forwards by squeezing your glutes and reach back. We just want to make sure that we're not overstressing our low back. We're pushing our hips forwards, opening our chest. And then option one, you can reach and then switch sides. This one is a challenging one, so just do your best. Good. Bring it down. And we're just going to shake it out. A little stretch. All right, good. So we're just going to come to a seated position. Nothing fancy. So we're going to take our legs out wide. If you're sitting in a chair, just sit and take your knees out wide. And we're just going to do a nice good forward fold. And we're going to reach. You can reach out in front. You can reach hands to ankles. If you're sitting in a chair, you're just going to do a nice good forward fold and gently press those knees out. Little inner thigh stretch. Good. Bring it into the center. Take those feet together. We're going to sit nice and tall. We're just going to do a little turn. Yes, you can do this knees bent, feet flat, but keeping those legs nice and straight and sitting tall will get you a little hamstring stretch as well. Good. Switch sides. Good. Bring it into the center. Sitting like this, sitting cross-legged, whatever's comfortable, hand on the floor. We're just going to do a nice good side bend. Good. Switch sides. Good. Bring it up, just sitting nice and tall. Stretch the chest so ribs are tucked, pelvis is tucked. So you want to have a nice good L position. We don't want our L to look like a C. You want to try a nice distinctive L. Good. Hands in front, shoulders away from the ears. Walk it back. Think about doing your nice good bicep squeeze to help get a little bit more stretch. Good. Bring it down. We're just going to take our ears side to side, ear to shoulder. Good. Bring the head up. Look to the right. Look to the left. All right. Bring it into the center. A couple deep breaths in. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And exhale. Good. One more time. Big breath in. Spread the fingers wide. All right. All done.